So welcome everyone to our online day of meditation. Today is the 5th of November 2022, and today the theme is presence. And what I'll invite you to do is come with me on some guided meditations, and then have some silent meditations, and then listen to a Dharma talk at 11. Right now it's about 20 past 9 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and I'll have a bit of a talk about the day for about 10 minutes, I think, and then I'll invite you to some meditation practices. Now, I was thinking about the meditation practices, and I thought that I would do a meditation based I'll do two guided meditations, and if you wish, you could just stay and let the two guided meditations merge together, if that makes sense. They'll probably be about 20 to 25 minutes each, I imagine. So I'll put lots of silence in those guided meditations. But the first one will be it'll be a metta meditation, or a loving kindness meditation. But I'm going to do it in a different way. I've been doing some study and practice with a Zen meditation teacher, and I've been introduced to something called innate goodness, which is a really lovely way of thinking about things, really lovely way of finding one's own goodness and remembering that. So I'll invite you to an innate goodness meditation, which is a variation of a loving kindness meditation. And then the second meditation I'll invite you to just be present, to be completely present. And many of you have done, excuse my dog, he's with me alone today, so he's just there. I'll probably bring him in a little while. But if you hear him barking, I hope you can be present with that, because that's what dogs do. They like to bark. That's their job. Their job is to bark. So the second meditation I will invite you to do will be about presence. It'll be about coming into this moment and being here now, completely here now. And it'll go along the lines of what I've described at other times as signless samadhi, or another term for this in Chan Buddhism is silent illumination. And in Zen Buddhism, it's called shikantaza. It's a meditation that is just very present with life, completely present with life as it presents itself, and not getting caught up in concepts about life. So I'll explain it. I might as well explain it now a little bit. So signless samadhi means a samadhi which is where our attention is gathered, our awareness is kind of placed, our attention is gathered and put in one spot. But usually when we do samadhi meditations, we have an object that we attend to. It could be, a breath, or a mantra, or loving kindness, or something like that. And in this case, we're not putting our attention into anything. We're not putting our attention into any signs or concepts, but rather we're just staying completely present with the way life is. So what happens in signless samadhi, I notice, is that we tend to break through our conceptual realities. We have a conceptual reality about what's happening right now. We have these ideas that, we're sitting down in wherever we are, and Malcolm's up in Winjabul country, and we're all talking on Zoom and all the rest of it. That's a big concept. That's a big concept. If we can actually become present with our actual experience right now, we sort of see through those conceptual realities, and we see the way things are. And I'll give a talk on this a bit later, but essentially the instructions for clear illumination, silent illumination, or um, sign of samadhi, is to ground yourself in current experience, and not be taken away with concepts about experience. Let thoughts arise, and when thoughts arise, be with the thinking, be with the cognized, but don't get caught up in the content of the cognized. Rather, don't get caught up in the stories of what you're cognizing about. Be present with cognizing as cognizing. Cognizing, I mean, thinking, for example. And, I'm sitting here, I can hear the sound of birds, I can hear the sound of planes, sometimes my dog barks. When I hear those things, I kind of put a picture on, or concept on those objects. But that's just my conceptualizing. It's just me creating a world out there. What we're invited to do with silent samadhi is to not create a world out there, but be present for reality as it presents ourselves, rather than this conceptual world. So if I hear a sound, I hear it at sound consciousness. It's just hearing. It's not a bird. It's not a a plane. It's not a dog barking. It's not my dog called Bhakti. It's just hearing. So we're at the raw edge of our sense experiences. So I'll invite you into that, a guided meditation on that one. And and you can do whatever you wish to do in terms of the silent meditations. We usually break it up between sitting and walking. But if you want to just sit the whole time, feel welcome. If you want to just walk the whole time, feel welcome. And you all know about how to do walking meditation, and you all know about how to do sitting meditation. So with the sitting meditation, I'm just giving you some guidance on a couple of meditations here. You can do them if you wish, or you can do whatever you feel is suitable for you right now. What do you feel you may need at your particular current state of mind? Okay, so we'll have a break at in about an hour and a quarter for a cup of tea. When is that? That's 10:45-ish. 10:45-ish, we'll have a break for a 15-minute break for tea and toilet and all the rest of it. If you feel the need to get up and go to the loo while we're here, please feel welcome. I'm not going to be... you can turn your camera off even while you go to the loo. Well, either way, it's okay. Whatever you do is fine. Okay, and we'll have a Dharma talk at 11 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and then we'll have a lunch at 12:30 to 1:30. Then come back and do 2 more silent sits, and finish up with some Dharma discussion at 2:30, and then we'll call it a day at 3, or maybe a little bit after, depending on how we're going with our discussions. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the recording now.